Hideo Kojima is one of my biggest heroes. I have been following his work since the 90s, back when I was a teenager, so you guys can probably guess my age. So I've played Metal Gear Solid 1, VR Missions, and MGS 2, 3, 4, and more recently, MGS 5. And then when the very first independent game from Hideo Kojima came out, Death Stranding, I knew I just had to get it, regardless of what the reviewers say. So I got the game and I've been playing it non-stop for the last few weeks. And this game is classic Kojima, right? It's weird, it's disturbing at times, funny at times, and it's got some gameplay elements that are very unique only to this game. It's also very deep philosophically, which is what I really enjoy even in previous Kojima games. So despite what the critics are saying about this game, I'm enjoying it. I really am. And Death Stranding is a game that I will recommend to anybody who's ever played a Hideo Kojima game, because you're gonna get all of Hideo Kojima unleashed in this game. Now, you can probably tell already that I'm a huge fan of Kojima, right? So when I heard that Hideo Kojima himself is coming to Singapore, I knew I had to meet him. I have to. Because there's so much I want to tell him. I wanted to shake his hand and say thank you, Hideo Kojima, for bringing those hours upon hours of entertainment into my life. Thank you for creating such amazing games, storylines, characters. Metal Gear Solid would never have happened without you. Thank you for bouncing back from being ousted at Konami to bring us Death Stranding. And you have always been my hero. You will always be. So those were all the things that I wanted to tell him. But in order for me to convey my feelings to him, I gotta get into the event first, right? And guess what? There were only 500 seats. Out of the possibly thousands of fans in Singapore, only 500 of us would get to sit with Kojima and meet him in person. Luckily for me, thank you PlayStation Asia for inviting me to the event. Much appreciated. You guys have helped me fulfill one of my life's dreams. Okay, so the day of the event arrives and we all went down to the Victoria Theatre in Singapore. It was a very nice sunny day, we were all super excited, and I felt like I was being among brothers because we were all fans of Kojima and we've all played Death Stranding, so we're all kind of on the same page. So I got my wristband to go in and we also received a free poster. Very happy about that poster, by the way. So we went into the theater hall, sat ourselves down. By the way, I was like 3 rows from the front, right? So very close to where Kojima was sitting. Oh, and Yoji Shinkawa was also there, which is something that we didn't expect. He is the lead character designer of all of Kojima's main games. Solid Snake and Big Boss only looks like that because Yoji Shinkawa said so, alright? That's how big of a deal he is. So we were all very happy, and then Kojima made possibly one of the most over-the-top entrances in world history. I mean, if I had an event and I wanted to make a grand entrance, this would be it. Watch. So that was the entrance. It's super over the top, I know. We were all blown away, by the way. Then we got to the interview segment of the show, which is an hour-long interview. It was a back and forth question and answer session, and that interview showed me one other side of Hideo Kojima that I have never considered before. He is an extremely witty conversationalist. Any question that the interviewer throws him, he takes very little time at all to come back with a very well crafted, insightful, and sometimes humorous answer. I'm like, wow. Case in point, there was this question submitted by a fan, and Hideo Kojima was asked this question with no prior preparation, so it was kind of out of the blue. The question went like this: Singaporean males from the age of 18 have to enlist in the army, and in the army we all have to carry field packs weighing 15 kilograms and march 24 kilometers. What is the heaviest bag you have carried in your life? Now, from where I'm sitting, that question was a little problematic because it could have been easily misconstrued as saying, you know what, we Singaporean males have to carry heavy field packs and march super long distances. What have you done? You know, so it could have been offensive in a sense. And why would you ask such a high-profile individual as Hideo Kojima such a question that can be easily misconstrued to be offensive in front of 500 people and on stage, right? Now, whether it is Hideo Kojima's cool demeanor or his upbringing or whatever, I don't know, but he answered in a very calm, collected, and intelligent way. And the answer was very short. This is what he said.
コジプロ3年9ヶ月前に作ったんですね。
I created Kojima Productions 3 years and 9 months
スタッフが
ago.
まあ100人ぐらい。
And I have like 100
それが一
staffs.
番重たい。
And I think that's the heaviest.
Did you see that look on the interviewer's face? He was clearly taken aback because that answer was so perfect, short, sweet, and it was beyond doubt, right? Very affirmative of Hideo Kojima as a person. Whatever that meant. At the end of the interview, which was a very enjoyable interview, we were all told that we could all have a chance to take a picture with Hideo Kojima. So we were all super excited, and I thought that my chance has finally arrived. Yes! So we all queued up. Okay, they had to send us out in batches because there were simply too many people. But when I was queuing up, I was just amazed at how organized and calm, and everybody was just having fun. Really, there wasn't any scuffle or anything like that. But when it was about to be my turn, I could hear the ushers in front of me saying, "No touching the talents," which means that my opportunity for a handshake is out of the window. Okay, then when we got closer, I realized that they were just hurrying people along. Like, nobody could stop and say anything to any one of the talents, Hideo Kojima or Yoji Shinkawa. So my opportunity for saying all that I wanted to say also flew out of the window. But maybe, just maybe, I could squeeze in a word or two of thanks, right? To Hideo Kojima at least, if not Yoji Shinkawa as well. But when it got to my turn, okay, first of all, I gotta say that Hideo Kojima and Yoji Shinkawa, they are some of the nicest big-time celebrities I have ever met. They were so polite, and they were the first to greet me, like, "Nice to meet you." That was not according to plan, because what I wanted to do was to be the first to greet them and say, "Hey, you guys are amazing. Thank you for bringing us Death Stranding and all the other games, and welcome to Singapore." That was it. That was what I wanted to say at that point in time. But instead, it could be because I was nervous. I don't know. Maybe I was. But all I said, all I managed to say was nice to meet you. And then we took a picture, and then I left. So my one and only opportunity to meet my hero ended without a handshake and without a proper word of thanks to these people who have brought so much joy in my life. So that was what I said to Kojima after playing Death Stranding and all the other Kojima games. Metal Gear Solid, VR Missions, 2, 3, 4, 5, Ground Zeroes. But I want to hear it from you guys. What would you say to your heroes if you have the opportunity to meet them one day? Or if you've already met your hero, lucky you, what have you said to them, and did you manage to at least shake their hands? Tell me in the comment section below, because I'm pretty sure that it's gotta be better than mine, right? Nice to meet you at a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But as usual, if you like this video, would you kindly do the honor of punching that like button with a vengeance, sharing this video with your friends, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It's this little button over here that says subscribe. Yeah, click on that with everything you got and ring that bell button too, because this is the only way YouTube will notify you of new content from this channel. I make a lot of audio reviews and tech news videos, so if you don't want to miss another video, be sure to do all that, and I'll see you again in the next one. Oh, by the way, are you a humble person? Because if you're a humble person like me, this shirt is a great way to show your friends how humble you really are. And whenever you look in the mirror, to admire yourself of course, it will also help to remind you to always be humble. So guys, this is a pretty fun shirt to wear. You can check it out in the link below. It's available in t-shirt, tank top and hoodie. Your purchase helps keep this channel going, and I appreciate your support, bros.